What are the best books to read if you're a new trader and investor? Well, you will find out more about that in today's episode. And before that, of course, make sure you subscribe to our channel if you would like to see more content like this. So I would think we should dive straight into it. And obviously when choosing these books, we had a couple of things in mind. Number one, and I mean, I've read maybe 50, 60 books on this topic about trading and investing. And the reason we chose these books is because 80% of the success you have in trading and investing or anything in life will come down to the mindset. The tools you can learn, but that's only 20%. But let's dive into it because this is the 80% that you need to really become financially free, I would even say. So if you actually study these books, you learn them, and not only that, you use it, you take action, then you have a good chance of reaching, of course, all your financial goals. Because what I love with books is that you will get like 10, 15, 20 years of experience, and all you need to do is to actually follow those steps. So one thing that I would encourage you to do is to, instead of reading one book a month, read one book like 12 times during that year and take action, and you will see your results really catapult, which is awesome. So the first book I want to mention to you is this one here. It's T. Harv Eker's book, Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. And this is actually a really interesting book. And the title really gives it away. It's The Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. And I read this book quite a long time ago, but I'm utilizing so many things of these tools that he shows today as well. So number one, I'm going to keep it quite short, but I hope you can get some inspiration and see which book that will fit you the best at the time and point you are in your life at this very moment. So he divides the books into two parts. Number one is the blueprint. So he says that wherever you are from in life and who you are, the parents you have, the people you've surrounded yourself with will give you a blueprint. Based on that blueprint, are you spending money faster than you can get them? Or two, maybe you're saving the money. Maybe you have a very hard time spending, you're saving them. Maybe you think, I don't really care about money, you're above it, you're kind of a monk, a financial monk. Or you are ignoring it. So you know you have bills, but you're ignoring everything, right? You ignore money. So that you might be one of those four personalities. But when you have figured that out, you need to know it, because by knowing it, that's the first step to change. So the second part is that he goes through the wealth principles of the rich. And just to mention a few, I think he has 17 or something excited, right, like that. But basically he says that if you want to really increase, obviously, if you want to increase your financial situation, there's a few things and actions you need to take. Number one, the people you surround yourself with is crucial. So associate yourself with rich people, because success leaves clues. Never be, he argues, T. Harv Eker then, so that's all I'm saying here. I'm not, hard to not put your own thoughts into it, because I've obviously applied a lot of these things. And one thing I've seen for myself as well is that if you apply these, it will change. I moved to UK to surround myself with Marcus de Maria and Investment Mastery and rich people. As a result, my net worth and the amount of money I have has grown immensely. So look closely at who do you surround yourself with. That's number one. Number two is also focus on opportunities and not problems or challenges. Because unsuccessful people, he argues, they stay in that. They say, oh no, I can't do this, no, I can't do that. But successful people go, all right, so where's the opportunity? What can I do? Is there anything I can do here to improve my situation? As an example, most people, they say they're in their job, they look for the pay raise once a year, instead of going to the employer and saying, what can I do, right? Is there anything I can do? I want to earn this much amount of money, I'll show you, right? What can I do to earn those amounts of money? What value can I bring you for you to increase my salary? What a great question to ask. Most people are not asking those questions, which of course is a problem. Also, rich people play their life to win, he argues, and unsuccessful people, they play their life not to lose. And maybe some other levels as well, but the rich people, they decide, right, I want to achieve this, and they go for it. Their commitment is another topic he talks about. And they go after it, right? They create a plan, they write down their goals. And question to you is that, comment below, are you writing down your goals on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? And are you chasing them? Are you playing the game of money in a way that you win, right? So have you set financial targets? How are you going to reach them? Break them down. But most people don't do that. So it's easy to do. It's simple to do, but not easy, as we normally say as well. And then of course accumulate wealth, right? So if you want to be good at the wealth game, then that's very important. And that's really leading me up to a new book. So the first book here is about the mindset. The second book, it's Rich Dad, Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. That was actually the first book I read that opened up my mind a long time ago now. But basically what he says is, because we've been taught you go to school, get a great education, and then you work for a salary, and that's great, and I love that, right? I've been doing that for a long time as well. However, there are other ways as well. So he argues you need to learn, right? So basically this is what the book is about. He has a rich dad, he has a poor dad. His dad is poor, his best friend's dad is rich. So he follows in the footsteps of his rich dad, and it's just another game, right? So you need to learn the money game, basically. The game of money, or the world of money, the capitalism is created by rich people and for rich people as well. You just need to learn how to play the game, coming back to the other book, right? You need to learn how to play the game to win on your terms. But not only that, you need to learn how to really play the game and learn the rules in order to create wealth. So for example, how much do you know about tax? That's what he speaks about in the book. You need to know about the tax situation. So did you know by having a company you can maybe lower your tax, as an example? So that was one thing he spoke about, also your belief around it. So he speaks about the same as T.R. Vecker speaks about, if you think all rich people, they're horrible people, well, you're not going to be rich, are you? So you need to change your beliefs around money as well. Money is energy. So you need to know what money is as well. So if you believe that money is energy, right, and you can go and get it, you will get loads of it, but you need to believe it, you need to have a plan for it as well. So his real dad he's a teacher, a really highly educated teacher, basically don't earn a lot of money too, who spends most of it. And the other one, he earns loads of money, don't have a college degree even, but smart. He's learned the game of money and making it in millions. And not only that, when you have it, he doesn't keep it on the bank, he's investing it. So that's another lesson, right? That you need to also invest your money and put them to work, which is really important. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad is about that, but there is another way, right? You need to be creative, you need to change your perception about money, and in the book, he teaches you the rules of that. So make sure you read that book to get the foundation about money and how, of course, you can utilize that knowledge to become rich yourself. And he also, of course, teaches then his kids to be rich, etc., etc., etc. So the problem, of course, here is that when you create your blueprint, if you don't have rich parents, where are you going to get the rich mindset from? So that is one thing. And the next book I want to have a look at is, there's so many of the books here. I want to make sure I do a good one here, but that is this one. This is probably one of the most classic books by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I mean, what is there to say about this? He shows you the principles of rich people. So what he's basically done is that he's gone around and asked rich people and followed them and see what are the blueprints of the rich people. So very much the same as Secret of the Millionaire Mind and Rich Dad, Poor Dad even, but a little bit different. So in this book, Think and Grow Rich, he says the same things here basically. Surround yourself with the right people, so important. You need to have a desire, you need to have a vision. For example, if we look at creating the light bulb, he tried 1,000 times? I think it was over 200 failure attempts or something. Like, when do you give up? If you have a strong enough purpose, if you have a strong enough desire, you will reach it. So he gives so many examples of this throughout the book. You need to, and then you have the law of attraction in there as well to some extent. But you need to have a desire, you need to have a purpose in life, you need to know why you're doing it in order to follow through. He does speak about that your partner, if you have one, needs to support your journey. You need to be 1 + 1 = 11. That will really enhance your journey and make sure you reach your goals a lot quicker as well. But this really is a psychology around it. And he speaks about having a mastermind group as well. These are some points from the book, right? But he also speaks about that you need to have a mastermind group. So people, they don't need to be real. He created his own thing. So one thing that I usually do is say, so if I'm investing in trading, I ask, all right, so what would Warren Buffett do in this situation? What would Marcus de Maria do in this situation? And usually that gives you the answer. But desire, you need to have a purpose, you need to know your why, you need to be committed. So really the same theme as the other books, but it shows you a lot of other tools in there as well. But a lot of these things comes back to the point of surrounding yourself with the right people, creating the right mindset to generate wealth. But I do want to mention a few of the tools as well, which is something that they do cover in this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason. And The Richest Man in Babylon, I think, is really, really good, right? It's quite short, as you can see. It's not that many pages in it, but the knowledge in this book is awesome. And what it comes down to is, how could Babylon, was a city before, how could that flourish, right? It was one of the richest cities in the world at that time, but then they actually fled from the city, and I'm not sure who came in and took over the city, but then after a year or a few years it kind of went bankrupt, that city. So and they teach you the lessons that they used within that book. So basically this is the case. So if you want to get money, you need to understand the game. And the way they explain it in the book is they have one person that want to accumulate more money, has some debt, he needs to pay that off, but he doesn't have the right tools. So he seeks out one of the richest men. They're like, how do you do this? So he basically said, okay, one, you need to know how to make money, right? How do you make money? So you need to have a job to make money, right? And what I said before, you can ask, how do I make more money? Can you get a job in the evening? So learn how to make money. That's the first one. Two, learn how to keep them. Simple, right? You need to learn how to keep your money, he argues, because most people get the money, they spend the money, they don't have any money left. So learn how to keep them, create a system for it. Number three is also, then you need to invest. So reproduce your money. And he says in a way that if you don't follow the laws of money, you lose all the money. If you invest into something you don't know anything about, you'll probably lose your money. If you invest into something with too high risk, you probably lose your money. If you invest into something which is a get rich quick, you'll probably lose your money. So get the knowledge. So if there's a market you know, or if you don't know it, learn it. Learn how to trade and invest. Maybe even with us, because then you have the right tools, you know the risk management, and then you have the formula to producing even more money. Then you use that money to compound the next piece of money as well, right? So that's what this book is all about, which is really, really good. So it really publishes the formula that all the rich people use in this world, and it's really not rocket science. So the last book I want to share with you is one on actually trading and investing, because now maybe you understand really the books of wealth, right? That's what this is really about. And the last one I share with you is the trading athlete. And I think this is really cool, right? This book is awesome. And what I really got from this book and what he writes about is that trading mindset, or when you trade, you need to have a mindset of a pro athlete, basically. And that is really what the other books will give you as well. But when you invest and trade, it says, so if you have a golf player that plays at the highest level, and if you have a baseball player, they're completely different sport, but if both of them play at the highest level, they have more in common with each other than two golf players at different levels. And the reason for that being is, it is the mindset. So if you're successful at one thing in life, it's very probable you're going to be successful at another one. And what he brings up in this book is basically the rules around that. So the mindset, but also what can you do in order to not fall into the pits of failure. So one of the obvious is, don't risk too much. You need to use a solid risk management strategy. So whenever you're trading, make sure you have a stop loss in place. So never risk more than 1% of your entire portfolio. You can write that down. It could be less, could be more, of course, but most people risk way too much. You need to follow the two golden rules, which is let your profits run as long as possible, but also cut your losses short. Very important. And then he speaks about trading for revenge. There's some certain thing that's happening. So if you trade for revenge, which means that you might have done this. I'm not sure if you have, or maybe you have, but you invest into something, it goes against you, you have a big loss, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get into this again, right? To make a profit, I need to win. And when you do that, you lose again and again and again and again. So that's trading for revenge. And you need to have a clear plan. He speaks about this as well. You need to know exactly what to do, clear strategies, clear plans, exactly like the other books as well. You need to know what you should be doing before you do it. So this book is really crucial for your trading success. It's all about winning the mental game of trading and investing. So those are some key points in the different books. So which of these books are you gonna read now? So comment below, well, maybe all of them, but which book, or if not, right, what other book do you think is really good for someone that is starting out to building their wealth? And with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to give you more of this. And please make sure you subscribe to the channel in order to get more of these updates. Like the video, and of course don't forget to comment below which book you would like to read, or if any of these, or maybe another one. Make sure you share, and then press that alarm bell in order to get the notifications whenever we're posting a new video. So with that being said, have a great day, evening, morning, depending on when you're watching this. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.